We're going to start taking some questions from the audience. Am I picking, or do we have a picker out there? I'm going to pick. Sydney, do you want to start? We're giving you a chance.
Sure. I'm Sydney. I'm with People Magazine. My question is for Mr.
Oops, hold on. Mike? I'm so sorry.
Sydney, that was such good projection, though. We heard you. Very good, Sydney.
My question's for Mr. Whitaker. I'm curious, what was it like to have Miss Winfrey as your wife?
It was an amazing experience. She was so committed to the role and so committed to our relationship. So we had wanted to work together, and this gave us an opportunity. And then I think in between the scenes, where we're trying to develop our rapport and continue to build our connection, she would be so generous. Like I'd be in the trailer, and she would rub my back, or we'd walk hand in hand to the set and talk, and I think it led to the magic of us being able to really be connected in the film. And then when I was in the scenes with her, there's a bunch of moments in the film that, of course, like in this 4-hour version that Lee first had, that I cut out now. But where there was a couple of times where I was really startled as Cecil, as the character, where I didn't know what to do by the way she was behaving. Like one time she was really drunk in the scene, she was on the phone, and I was trying to comfort her, but I was trying to get her to the couch. I just didn't know what to do. And then another time when our son died, right afterwards, she screamed and she fell to the floor. And that awkward moment that you have when you don't know how to take away someone's pain. You don't know if you should touch them, you don't know if you should help them, you don't know if you should be in the room. And there's the kind of moments that she did, and it really helped elevate, the work I was trying to do, because I was just reacting off of some of the powerful moments she was giving.
Thank you, Boris. Thank you.
This woman in the back here, in the middle, you, yeah. But we have to get you a mic. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jazz Fly. I actually have a question, I think, for Lee and for Danny. One of the things I realized about the film is that it was so unapologetically authentic for a film about Blackness and the Black experience. How much of that came on the page, and how much of that, Lee, did you add? There were so many sort of cultural inside jokes and asides.
Mm-hmm. Danny, you want to go first? You want me?
You go ahead.
Okay. So Danny wrote this exquisite script. Danny is, he wrote Game Change, and he wrote, what was that beautiful film?
Recount.
That what was it called?
Recount.
Recount, about Florida, the Recount. So he knows the White House in a way that, and history in a way that, that is unprecedented as a writer. And so he wrote this incredible piece that, but he don't know nothing about chitlins or fatback. So it was his script. I just had to say, okay, so throw some chitlins in there. Okay, so now throw some hot sauce in there. Now throw some cayenne pepper in there. And then we got a movie.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a question. We were talking earlier, Liev, about the historical, but what excites you about this movie is the historical perspective that it brings. And can you elaborate on that? I know you have little kids, and your brain may not be tight, as tight as it can be, but.
I was rethinking, my answer, because you said that you were going to ask me. You said you were going to ask me a thematic question. I was rethinking, because everything right now in my mind is fathers and sons. So great pieces of art. They contextualize. They filter through the viewer. So for me right now, fathers and sons is big, and this movie really does fathers and sons in a compelling way. But what I thought when I first saw it that was so intriguing was the dedication the film has towards its perspective and how it clarifies and defines history through its own unique perspective. And I think that's how we really come to understand history personally, is our own relationship to political change, to how these things evolve in our own lives. And I think what's so unique about The Butler is it takes a very compelling and intriguing tack on perspective, being so close to the center of the political universe in the White House. This man has this unique perspective on what should be a hugely, a very political universe, and what we find out is that it's actually a very intimate one and a very personal one. And that is the timeliness of that right now, given what's going on
Right.
in our world, is pretty heavy and pretty great.
And one thing that I'll say is that if I look at our ages, I'm 50, I think 4, and we're in our 50s, we're kind of the, where were you when JFK was assassinated generation. We were little, and we didn't, I was in kindergarten when that happened and all the various things, but that shaped our generation, and when you're talking about taking this to show to people who are in their 30s or their 20s, you forget they weren't shaped by that. So there's a historical perspective that the movie brings, and that is a touchstone for each of us based on where we were at the time.